It's not a day in my life. You know me, my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them buckets.
We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
What is that? 19! 53 is the mark. Here we go, D. At 31. Here I come again. Alert, alert. What's the other? 2-6. Let's go.
On first down, Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, Houston.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Play. 31. 53 is the mark. 53. Here we go. Hey, we got
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to walk one deep left side here. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Quick pass out to Miller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Watson on first down. Being chased out left. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
This is it. 19. 52 right here. 52. Hey, tight down. 24. 52.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. It's complete. Stills. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on an opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quentin Williams with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Motion.
Darnold. And he rifles one incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Darnold. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless. Drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's the Jets punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. They'll find Miller. That's complete. 16 yards, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking that time for Stills.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And they try to sweep to Jones. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
55. Ready? Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Yeah.
Now it's Darnold. And that's complete to Walford. The 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point safely through, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the Texans first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He completes this into the hands of Miller.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man. 20 points down, he's coming.
Watson, off play action. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 yards there, first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. DJ Reader. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Come get some. Come get some. Hey, echo. He don't want it. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
To throw is Darnold. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. No, lady. Hey. 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Watch the screen.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. DJ Reader picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down when they're that backed up. You've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. Walford's got it. Complete. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot. 55 is my guy, 55. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Lady.
Darnold now to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And got his man complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 58 yards. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, and that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots downfield, they've got to back off a little bit, loosen up a little bit on defense, and give you a little bit more room if you want to run the football.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. On 2nd and goal. Darnold to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Bravo. 57's low. Hey, lady. It's just me and you. It's just me, lady. It's just me and you. He's checking.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 6 yards away. And the Jets have once again taken the lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that makes it 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field. Mike 50, time to go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. It's caught. It's Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mark.
Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll go again to Jones. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mike, right there in the middle, 55. They can't hang with us. Yeah, lady. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Check pass. Check pass. Hey, wahoo!
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long. It's Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Leonard Williams. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Squeeze, double. Red 80. Tight end left. Three down. Key 26. Key 20. Orbit.
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Mike 50. Crunch time, defense. Lady. Hey, Mike 50.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. It's complete. It's Miller. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 1st down, Watson. Flush to his right, and that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. Throwing again. And Stills bringing it in. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it. Time to go right now. How can we score?
Faking the give. Now Watson. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Switch. Check it backer. 59.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
I feel like we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so
someone
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A very solid gain of 27. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Darnold. Jones has it. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. Mike's 50. Your track. Mike 50. Watch the screen. Pass. Mike 50.
To the air again, Darnold. And this is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Five. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Mike 50. Mike 50. Hey, check. Hey. Alert. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Second down and 10. Darnold. That's complete to Sharp. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Let's go. At the 15-yard line. Let's get you. Hey, exit. Let's go. Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm coming. Hey. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold brought in by Walford, right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Darnold. That is caught by Sharp. He's got a Jets touchdown. Tajay Sharp, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2. Darnold from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Trying to get it that time to Stills, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Check. Set. 19. Check. Alert. You don't want nothing, baby. You don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Now Watson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To the air yet again, Watson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Quick pass out to Miller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They turn to the fullback, Gillespie, and trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Pick it up. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 24. Hey, alert, alert. Let's go, off. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Haywood.
He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
19. 53. Mike. Hey, here we go.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Reset. 19. Check. 53. That's a party now.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 23 yards, the final tally.
Check my 50. Alpha. 15. Check my 50. Come on, the ball. Mike's 50. Exit. Mike's 50. Watch twist. Hey, no, look, we got no 80. Mike 50, Stop your whining.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
This is it. 19. I got you.
Down to an egos Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
And it's 3rd down.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Houston, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.